Hello and welcome to the Build With Baer Workshop. My name is Pat Bear. I'm here to build a LEGO set and to hang out with all of you. I'm throwing the Bear Cave, the LEGO, the Scythe, and the blue emote in the chat. If you are currently a subscriber, you can reply with those emotes. If you're not currently a subscriber, you can say hi or use other people's emotes, or you could be a lurker and not say anything at all, and that's okay. If you would like to become a subscriber, now would be an awesome time to do it. Bobby Dice Roller is here. Hello, Bobby. It is September. And what that means, Aristophan is here, Lashberg is here, got a great crew already. Welcome, everybody. If you are not currently a subscriber, you can save money by becoming a subscriber. And you save more money the more months that you subscribe. I do not believe that applies to gifted subs. I believe gifted subs is just the same old price. Lord Crashington's also here, throwing in some emotes, which I appreciate. In honor of She-Hulk, throwing in some butts there. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Welcome, everybody, to the stream. Tonight's agenda. Working on a LEGO set, the Exo Suit, which is from a LEGO, was one of the first, if not the first, LEGO Ideas projects, which is a great-looking kit that I'm excited to put together. Does come with some Space Explorers, and I do have this Femme Space Explorer here with two guns, because that's just fun to have. That's just a fun thing that I can just do. I can just choose to do that, and I like that. And so we got two, our space pilots, and then we're going to build a cool mech, and it's going to be pretty fun. Before we get into that, we will show off the Raider Gundam. You may remember that on Monday I completed the Raider Gundam, and then I went to go transform it, and stuff started falling apart on that kit and falling off. And I got very frustrated because I just didn't have enough sleep, and I also had been on a plane and probably didn't need to stream on Monday, but I did. So I didn't finish it and did transform it. I did that off stream, and now I'll show you the transformation, and then I will show you the coolest. There's a gimmick in this kit that I did not know about that is fucking actually very cool and neat, and I will show that off. And then we'll get into the Exo Suit. We're going to talk wrestling. I should do that now. I forgot to do this. The all out card, right? Yeah. I should find the card for All Out 2022. Let's see if I can find the card here. Yes, great. Got the card. And then I'll do that, and then also Clash at the Castle. There's a lot of wrestling happening this weekend. We'll talk about two of them. Clash at the Castle. And then let me find the Wikipedia page for Clash at the Castle, which should include the talked about matches. So let's see if Wikipedia has done that. Have you done that, Wikipedia? Matches. You have. Great. Oh, only 6 matches on the card. Only 6. There's a rumor that Tony is going to add even more matches. Yes, Lashbrook. I believe it's totally possible that on Friday's Rampage, because it is live, more matches will get announced. If WWE adds any more matches to Clash of the Castle, it'll be a surprise because that SmackDown was pre-taped because they are in Wales, and so they are not doing a live SmackDown. But that is a card of 6. There could be a match in their pre-show, although lately their pre-shows have had 0 matches. But also something could get added the night of. Clash at the Castle is a WWE show. Yes, Lashbrook. They're doing it Saturday afternoon because it's out of Wales. It's the first WWE pay-per-view in the United Kingdom in 10 years or so. So they're doing that. And then they're doing an NXT thing in the afternoon on Sunday, the same day as All Out, but in the afternoon. That is basically is NXT 2.0 versus NXT UK, combining all of the belts because NXT UK is going away to be replaced by NXT Europe in the future. But they're basically going to take all the women's title and the World Championship or the whatever NXT UK title, and they're basically merging all those belts together in a competition. That'll be Sunday afternoon. So Clash of the Castle is this Saturday for WWE, and then Worlds Collide is this Sunday afternoon, and then Sunday night is All Out with 0 hour, the pre-show, at 7 p.m. So we'll go through wrestling stuff in a bit. We got some anime to talk about. Did I watch every anime episode that I missed during my trip? No, but I did watch some of them. So we'll talk about that, including something that I didn't know. I knew the prologue was coming out. I didn't know that I would be able to watch it legally. So we will talk about Witch of Mercury, the prologue, which is, yeah. Did you? Yes, John. And we'll talk about that in the anime section. But I did watch that. I made sure to post it in the Discord so that people wouldn't be like, hey, did you know this is out? Because like, yeah, yes, I do. I am aware. Now, I will also state that when we talk about the anime, it will be a spoiler-free. I will give in tone and impressions and thoughts, but not spoilers for the prologue because not everybody knows that it's available on YouTube and subtitled and available worldwide. So there are plenty of people that probably haven't seen it and might be interested. Also, I don't believe that Witch of Mercury I will be talking about on a weekly basis next month when it comes out. I believe that I will just talk about it at the end of the season because that feels like a show that a lot of people are going to want to watch, and they might not watch it in a timely manner because everyone's schedule is different. So I don't know if I will. Also, I just get the vibe, hey, talking about vibes, that maybe it's not a show that I want to like talk deeply about. I just want to experience it. I don't know. I do know it's available, but I'm waffling on skipping it and waiting until the show comes out. I can understand that, Lashbrook. We're going to talk in broad terms in the second hour about that particular show. Okay, so I'm going to reply to my own tweet, and then we're going to look at this model kit here. First things first, we're going to take a look at the Raider Gundam. Got some likes on that. So let's take a look at the Raider. So this is the Raider Gundam in flight mode. We'll look at the overhead here. So I did have to, the legs were very tricky and annoying to figure out how they wanted it, and getting everything together and having everything line up. And then you can look at it from this angle here. This is the underneath. The underneath doesn't look too bad. It does use the mace as with part of the mace stand as a way to display the kit in flight mode. Here it is on its side, so you can see the claws that kind of come down, which are pretty fun. And then, of course, when you look at it, you're like, oh, well, okay. So the legs are supposed to stay connected, but I ended up touching them in a way that it. But like, it's still just legs. They can't make legs not look like legs on a transformed kit. They're just like, with the exception, obviously, of the Epion, which turns the legs into heads, but they don't really look like dragon heads. Doesn't really work either. But they tried. They tried with that. But I did want to show you. So that's the Raider Gundam in its transformation. So I did want to have that. But I am now going to show you something else, which is we're going to take the mace off here. And if you saw the stream on Monday, you might be saying to yourself, Pat, what happened? Oh, what do we got going here? Dirty just renewed the subscription to Tier 1 for 37 months. Thank you so much, Dirty. Let's hit the old applause here. Thank you very much for your continued support. And we're going to throw the Bear Cave Lego Scythe, and if you're a Tier 2, like Rest Fan is, the blue emote. Thank you very much, Dirty. 37 months is a lot of fucking months, and I appreciate that very much. So you might be saying, hey, Pat, what happened to the wire? Did you clip the wire? No. So the wire is inside of this ball. It's inside the mace. And you can pull it all the way out, as you see here. And then you're like, well, how do you get it in the mace? Well, you twist it. You twist not these, but these. You just twist it, and inside the mechanism pulls the wire, and then your wire is stored so that you can either have the Raider Gundam hold it like this or have it stored inside for when you're transformed into flight mode. And that is fucking cool as hell. That's the best gimmick on this goddamn kit that has some cool gimmicks in it, but this is legitimately rad. Like, what? Like, I don't know if I don't think I'm gonna display the Raider, but I'm keeping this as like an example of cool shit. This is one of the coolest like parts of a kit I've seen in a long time. I don't love this part of the mace where this is the part that plugs into the bottom, and I don't love that you can just see that, but whatever. But yeah, you can pull it out and then just it's you just wind the crank, you crank it, and then it doesn't do it fast, but it does do it. And I just think that is a neat piece of tech, and I'm excited that exists. And then you just pop it right there. There you go. Then you got your mace. So that's cool, and I imagine that I will be showing that off another time as a cool mechanic. But anyway, we're not here for that anymore. We're here for LEGO. We've got our people. We got our masc and femme coded space explorers here. Got the dual wielding, and then the I'm gonna zoom in a little. Yeah, and our walkie-talkie friends. So we got our friends. Put them over there, and then I have a little bit because I was just getting stuff ready. I've got a little bit of our rover here, but we're gonna keep working on the rover. This kit has lots of dark gray, lots of light gray, and then some other colors and some silver as well. But it is mostly dark and light gray. This kit also does the thing that I feel, this is the thing I feel the weirdest about when it comes to LEGO. Of anything to do with LEGO, I feel the weirdest about when they make heads into pieces. Because that's just a LEGO head. That's a different color and doesn't have a face on it. And I never particularly enjoy that as a thing that exists. I've just never liked it. But anyway, we won't think about it too much. We'll assemble and then move on with our lives. Things we can talk about this evening. I do have some things. We'll get into wrestling in a little bit, but we'll talk about a few other things. We'll do some quick hits to start off. Ease our way into it. The first thing I want to talk about is Aristophan. How do you feel about the concept of rune stones in Hearthstone? I would like to know your thoughts as the person in chat who also plays Hearthstone or has played Hearthstone. Have you encountered rune stones? And then for other people, I will quickly explain that Blizzard done did it. They came for me. See, they came for Diablo, and I said nothing because I was never super into Diablo. And Diablo Immortal came out, and I was like, that's fine. And then they tried to monetize everything they could about World of Warcraft, and I haven't played World of Warcraft in 10 years, so I said nothing. More than 10 years, probably. And then they put in a premium currency in Hearthstone in 2022, and I said, well, that's not a good sign. So, folks, you can still buy some things for cash money or gold. You get gold for going in and playing the game, and you get some gold, and you can chain that gold in for packs and stuff. But for a lot of other things, now, if you want something, if you're like, I really want this item, it's this amount of many rune stones. And you're like, okay. What's like 100 rune stones for $1 or whatever it is, but something like that, right? And you're like, okay, that makes sense. It's like 150 rune stones. Cool. I can't buy 150 rune stones. I have to buy 500 rune stones. I'm going to have rune stones left over. And they said that they wouldn't do that. And they did that. It fucking sucks. Now, obviously, Blizzard, as a company culture, sucks shit. They're bad. They're bad people at the top making choices for people that don't get to make those decisions, that are just trying to work at a cool company and make cool video games and live and don't need all that bullshit. This is true, and I hope fair assessment of that. So I'm not mad at game developers. I'm mad at Blizzard as a company for many things, including this bullshit. Because it's just look, even if they want to put a battle pass in for Battlegrounds, sure, I guess put a battle pass in for Battlegrounds, whatever. But like putting in your own premium currency in 2022 feels like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to quit playing Hearthstone or if Hearthstone's going to quit being a thing. Like, I don't know which comes first. I always assumed eventually I would tire of the game and I would get less out of it and I would stop, like, buying expansions or instead of, buying expansions, getting the bonus stuff here, like here and there. I just assumed eventually I would stop doing that or to stop spending money and only play every couple days and then get things with the gold I've earned. But I might have to stop. But Hearthstone just might like disappear because if they need to do this, that's bad. I spend money regularly for each expansion, but this feels icky. Yeah. So I got I don't spend. Oh, so this is great. So I stopped spending money on packs a while ago. I went mostly free to play as far as that. I do buy the battle pass every expansion because the battle pass gives you, it fast tracks you to getting more gold, and you get some bonuses that are like skins that don't really matter to me, but mostly it does fast track you to earning more gold by playing and therefore buying packs with that gold. And then I also always have enough gold for the mini expansion because up until, and I still don't know, I'm hoping the mini expansion when it comes out will allow me to just fucking spend gold and I won't have to buy their premium currency to get the mini expansion or cash because I really don't want to do that. I want to play the game and earn gold in the game to then buy the expansions. And I do wild, yes. Irisfan says, I know you do wild. I generally play standard. I want to try a lot of decks. I do save gold for the mini expansion. Nice, yeah. So I play wild, and the nice thing about wild, folks, if you don't know, for Hearthstone is there are 3 major modes for the regular base card game. There's Classic, which is like the earliest version of the game. It's like year 1 of the game, and you just use those old cards, and they behave like they used to in the first year. And then there's Standard, which is like classic cards, and but with new whatever changes they've made over the years. And then also like the last year of expansions. And then there's Wild, which is any card that's ever been printed. You can just play unless they've been banned from Wild, because some cards do get banned from Wild because they just dramatically change the game in a way that makes it not fun for anyone, and so they just ban those cards. And sometimes cards get nerfed and changed in Standard and then revert those changes in Wild, and sometimes new Standard cards come out and some Wild cards have to be nerfed because of that. Because suddenly it just changed that Wild deck. They will update Classic someday. Yeah, I don't think that Aristvan. I wonder if they ever will. I don't know. And there are a bunch of other modes. There's just like a ton of other modes. There's also casual, which are not, because everything else I said there's ranked and then there's casual. And casual is just like one button. You pick your deck and then it puts you where it should be. Like if you have a standard deck, you play against standard players. If you have a wild deck, you play against wild players. You theoretically could play a wild ranked game with a standard deck. I don't know why you would, but you could do that. But you can't play casual standard against casual wild players. It's a whole fucking thing. There's a lot going on in Hearthstone. But in general, they added rune stones, and it's not good for the game. There's a dozen other modes, too. I did a... hey, remember the week that there was the meme of the lady yelling at the guy? The young lady yelling at the young man. I did a meme of that, but it was just explaining all the different ways you can play Hearthstone. And someone on the Hearthstone dev team liked it. And I don't know how they found it because they're not following me. And I was like, oh, that's weird. All right, we got our rover. Our rover has been completed, and now we're gonna do like some kind of weird base, and some kind of weird. I don't know what. I don't know. This is like a landing base, I guess. I don't know what we're doing here. But we did our rover. Our rover's done. Cool little friend. So anyway, that's bad. Oh, I should say this. I fixed my bicycle. You may remember that I had gotten some new oil and I was going to clean my bike chain and then oil the bike chain, which was just a thing I should have done a long time ago. It was long overdue. But in the process of cleaning my bike chain and drying my bike chain so that I could then oil it, my bike chain came off and then twisted and moved in a way that I couldn't put it back the way it was. I had like completely fucked it up. So I bought a tool to remove one of the pins on the chain, or two of the pins on the chain to remove a link. And then I got a new link to connect them so that I could take the chain off, fix it, clean it, and then put it back on and then clamp it together so it works with the new stuff, and then oil the bike chain, which I did yesterday, and then I rode that, or no, I did today and rode it today. So I was very happy. Rode that bike, and everything's working fine on my bicycle. Also, thanks for the Hearthstone talk. I was trying to talk to somebody. Wristvan, that's kind of why I brought it up, because I knew you were here, and you are someone that I know plays Hearthstone, so I could be like, what the fuck about this? That's right, friends. Sometimes I just talk to one person in chat. That's how personable I am. But anyway, my bike works. And now I also have a $20 tool for breaking pins on a bike chain. And by me, I mean my dad, because I'm leaving it in his toolbox in case he ever needs to do service on either that bike or another bicycle. If someone in the neighborhood is like, oh, I gotta remove a broken link on this bike chain, I'll be like, great, I have a tool for you. Also, it's fun to use new tools, especially ones that don't cost much money. And I also have spare stuff for that chain. I have spare replacement links, so that's good. I'm happy about that. All right, now we're gonna build. I don't know what these are supposed to be, but we're building them. Isn't that fun when you don't know? So I got my bike fixed. I'm happy about that. Also, I've never done that before, and I'm a 42-year-old man who has never changed or repaired a bike chain, and I'm glad I did that. Now I know how to do it, and I did an okay job with it because I rode my bike today, and the chain didn't fall off or break apart. So I consider that to be a victory. All right, so we built this like landing storage thing. I don't know what this is supposed to be, but we built that too. So we'll put all our build stuff over here so we can look at it. Our little friends and all that. There you go. We'll put them on here. They're just hanging out, talking to one another. All right, other things we can talk about tonight. Fix my bike, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's get into it. We'll get into wrestling talk in a second. Just real quick, a personal update. I do not have COVID. I'm still testing negative for COVID. Could I have gotten COVID? It's possible. I'm just testing negative. There's definitely a chance. Do I feel sick? No, I don't. I don't feel sick at all. So that's good. I feel tired because I did a lot of strenuous activity today, but I don't feel ill at all. So as far as I can tell, the lock probably have COVID. Yeah, no. As far as I can tell, I do not have COVID, and I am very pleased to report that. All right. Let's talk about wrestling. I know that people were waiting for it. It's Wrestle Weekend coming up. Tomorrow night, there is a pre-taped SmackDown. They taped it last week. The go-home show for Clash at the Castle. And then there is a live Rampage, their go-home show for All Out, which is on Sunday. So we'll see that. There'll probably be... It mostly will be storyline stuff. Oh, I gotta do this before we do this part. There'll be storyline stuff for WWE shenanigans. And there will probably be AEW matches added to the card. One would assume at least one more match will get added. Running down the card for All Out. We'll do All Out first because there are more matches. In the pre-show, which is called 0 Hour, which is a thing that they, just I don't know why, but they're calling it 0 Hour. I mean, they own the name because they own Ring of Honor. Tony owns Ring of Honor, so he's licensing. Tony, the owner of Ring of Honor, is licensing names of Ring of Honor things to AEW, the company that he runs. Does not fully own. That's his dad. Well, at least his dad financed it. Okay, I need this piece here. Great, we got that. That's got to go there. Our pre-show, 0 Hour. The 3 matches are Tomohiro Ishii. Ghost Valve to subscribe with Prime saying almost a year with 16 months. Yeah, almost 1 year with 16. Thank you so much. Got to hit the old applause there. Thank you so much, Ghost Valve. Thanks for using your Prime Gaming token. Thanks for the continued support. Appreciate that very much. So it's Ishii versus Eddie Kingston. 2, because they have fought each other in the past. So this is the return bout. Very exciting. Eddie Kingston has been had some issues, some work issues where he stepped over the line and had to take some time off and do some growth, and has apparently done so, and has been rewarded by having a very cool match booked for him. Which it's not on the card. It's the pre-show match. It's not the same thing as being having a match that is on the actual pay-per-view. Yes, last week that first match is very good, but it's an incredibly cool-looking match, and so we're excited about that. We've got Pac versus Kip Sabian for the All-Atlantic Championship. One might assume that because it is on the pre-show that Kip will not win, but also it would be kind of weird for Kip to come back after being gone for so long, for him to come back and immediately lose seemingly out of nowhere to Pac. So I would imagine shenanigans, the possibility that perhaps Kip wins. Probably not. And then Hook versus Angelo Parker of the Jericho Appreciation Society. This is, I don't know if this will be a squash, but this is Hook's to win. They're not going to they're not taking the FTW title off of Hook, even though it is not an officially sanctioned belt. It is still, it's not a recognized belt, I should say. They still are pushing Hook significantly, and it's not the time for him to lose a match, certainly. I would hate Pac to lose the title already. I agree, Lashbrook, but I think it might happen. But Hook's not losing the belt. It might not be a complete, total blowout, although they only have an hour for these 3 matches, and I want Kingston to have a long time, so I could see this match being the match that is very short. And then we don't know the order, other than we probably know the last 2 matches of the card. We don't know the rest of the card necessarily when things are going. We know that Bryan Danielson versus Chris Jericho is happening. And it's not technically for anything, although at the center of it is Daniel Garcia. And so it is kind of for the control of Daniel Garcia, who is in the Jericho Appreciation Society, but would be welcomed in the Combat Club, the Blackpool Combat Club. But I don't know. It's a custody match. Yeah, it's kind of a custody match. It's for like the soul of the man, sort of. I don't know who's going to win this one. I think it should be Bryan Danielson. But I could see this being a work and Garcia not being conflicted and Garcia sticking with Jericho. Now, rumors in the past have suggested that, and by rumors I mean people involved have said shit, that originally the Wheeler Yuta spot in the Combat Club, the spot of the young person who is at the learning tree, that kind of learns as they go and could be the guy that takes the pin in tag matches and all that stuff, was originally not going to be Wheeler Yuta, but was going to be Daniel Garcia. But Jericho really wanted Garcia in the Jericho Appreciation Society. And that is what the people involved have said. That is certainly what was going down. So it could still happen here. But I don't count Jericho out for big matches. I just don't. I just think that Jericho politics so much that he would get his way, is my guess. There is no stickers on this kit, but this is a screen print. So we do get these rockets kind of thing. There's engines or whatever that is. Let's see. Toni Storm versus Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, versus Jamie Hayter versus Hikaru Shida. Winner will become the interim AEW World Champion. Women's World Champion. Because right now Thunder Rosa is out with an injury, and they decided instead of taking the belt off of her, they were just going to do an interim champion, which I think sucks. Like, look, do I want Thunder Rosa to be champion? Certainly. I think Thunder Rosa is great and has been great for the belt. Do I think it makes any sense to have her be interim? No. I don't think interim champions are good. I think it is better to just take the title off someone so they can come back and say, I never lost. I think saying I never lost is better than just being away for a while with the belt. Who's going to win this? Now, Toni Storm supposedly was supposed to be winning the one-on-one match, so it would theoretically, in many ways, make sense for her to win. Shida and Britt Baker are former champions. Shida was a champion during the lockdown era and didn't really get a great time to shine in front of crowds, so you could see it possibly putting it on her. And then having her feud with Britt until Rosa comes back. Toni feuding with Britt feuding with Toni. The one person that is the wild card in this match is Jamie Hayter, who is affiliated. She is the heavy for Dr. Britt Baker, and you could see possibly her pulling a double cross, eking out a win, and then you have the story of, well, hey, now that's my title, and you whatever and all that. You could see that her turning face or just being a heel that took advantage and broke away. You could see it. I don't know where to go with this. My thought is they're going to keep it simple, stupid, and they're just going to put the belt on Toni Storm, who is incredibly popular. And also, I feel like there are going to be a few title changes tonight. But that was the one. I think there are going to be 2 title changes on the main card, and that's one of them. I mean, it's not a title change, but I think Toni Storm keeping with that makes the most sense. I should say, that's the interim. There's only going to be 1 title change tonight, is my actual thinking of the night. You got House of Black, Malachi Black, Brody King, and Buddy Matthews versus Darby Allin, Sting, and Miro. I am pretty much over the very concept of Sting being a professional wrestler in 2022. I also am tired of Darby and Sting as a duo. Now, do I want Malachi Black and House of Black to lose? No. Do I want Miro to lose? No. So I want Sting to get pinned and then disappear for a while. Which somewhat protects Miro, because then Miro can even turn on and then attack after the match Darby in frustration or whatever. But I think House of Black needs to win matches. I think they need to win things. Can't just have them lose all the time. They are a cool faction of cool people. I need to find a gray 1x2 with a 1 centered on top. I need 2 of those. I need the fold over piece. So I knolled this, but it's still not like perfectly knolled. There's still like stuff I can't find sometimes. As we're building here, there will be less and less pieces, obviously, because they will be added on, and then it'll make it easier to find things when I need to find them. So I need to here. I got one of the pieces I need. I need one more piece of this, which is the fold over. So I'll just look. There it is. Great. I found all the pieces I need. Okay, next match to talk about. Jade Cargill versus Athena. Look, I truly love Athena, formerly Ember Moon, and then before that, Athena. I think Athena is a great wrestler. I do not think her build in this has been that great because her build was kind of overshadowed by Chris Statlander also being built and then got hurt. She got hurt. But Jade Cargill's not losing that title yet. It's not going to be an Athena. I think this match could be like Jade's longest match. They've been protecting her by having her work shorter matches. I think this could be her long match because I think Athena could carry it far longer than other wrestlers can support her. But I don't see Athena picking up the win there. I just don't. It just doesn't feel like a thing that could happen. Jungle Boy versus Christian Cage, a.k.a. the match I do not care about. I like the build to this match because Christian has been such a goddamn heel. He's been a gloriously wonderful heel. And I think that's fantastic. Because, like, there's no outcome of this that I'm interested in, is I guess what I'm saying. Like, I don't want Christian to win this. I kind of don't care if Jungle Boy wins it. I don't want it to be a double cross where actually Luchasaurus was a heel this whole time. And it said it was helping but wasn't helping. Like, I don't need that in my life. I also, I don't know. There's no part of this match where I'm like, this is the outcome that I've been looking for. Turns out I missed a part here, so I'm going to go back, see where I... No, I didn't miss a part. Okay, so I was wrong. So anyway, I don't really care about that match. Jungle Boy should win, but I don't really care if he does. Wardlow and FTR, Cash Wheeler and Dex Harwood, versus Jay Lethal and the Motor City Machine Guns, Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley, who are on loan from Impact Wrestling for some unexplained reason and wrestling with Jay Lethal. I have no idea who beats Jade if not Athena. Chris Statlander in a year. I think Chris Statlander... I think Jade has an open challenge that Chris Statlander accepts and beats her out of nowhere on a Dynamite or a Rampage. Let's be fair, a Rampage, like a live Rampage. I think you put the belt on Chris Statlander when she comes back, because I don't think Athena or Athena could win again. I just don't think Athena's winning this weekend. Anyway, as far as Wardlow and FTR versus Jay Lethal and Motor City Machine Guns, I don't know what the Motor City Machine Guns are doing here. I don't know what we're doing here at all with this. I hate Jay Lethal as both a wrestler and as a person, so I don't particularly want to see him wrestle. It doesn't do anything for me except make me annoyed. I think that putting the TNT title on Wardlow is a coward's move because it keeps him out of the main event picture, even though he has the best record in AEW and should clearly be the number one contender for the world title. But instead, they just have him squashing people as the TNT title. And that's fine, but not what I really want for him. They have to protect FTR because they're not ready for FTR to win the world titles, tag titles, so they have to find other things for them to do, which is starting to feel real old because they are clearly the number one contenders because they're the Ring of Honor tag champions and the AAA tag champions and the IWGP tag champions. I couldn't remember the third one for a little while, but they're not the AEW tag champions, and that's weird to me. So, yeah, I mean, Wardlow should get the pin here. to be fair, like 20 of those wins were for one match, but they still count. They still want to count those as wins. So if they want to count it, I'll count it. I don't know if they counted the stats, but they should. Yeah, I don't remember either. It may have just been one win. Claudio Castagnoli versus Wheeler Yuta versus Penta El Zero Meldo versus Rey Fenix versus Rush versus Andrade El Idolo versus Dante Martin versus 2BD, a.k.a. The Joker, because this is the Casino Ladder match. Winner gets a future world title match. So people are suggesting that W. Morrissey, who was big cast in WWE and has been W. Morrissey in Impact, he made his debut on Dynamite last night. So people are suggesting that perhaps he will be the winner. He will be the Joker and the winner. I could see that happening. My long shot in the dark is that Dante Martin wins, because he is not in a tag team or a group and everyone else is in a tag team or a group. So it would be very funny if he won. Also, it would be cool as hell if he won and faced, especially if they are going to literally try to make CM Punk a heel, which I'm not necessarily saying they are definitely going to do, but I could see them trying to do that. And the idea of Dante being like a baby face that like really has the crowd behind him, like, that would be interesting. I don't want it to be W. Morrissey because I don't give a shit about him. I'll say this. I'm very happy that the man himself is getting help, has gotten help for his addictions, and gotten his life in order. That's commendable and awesome. So fuck yeah, the man, W. Morrissey. The wrestler, W. Morrissey, I just don't care about. Sorry. I just don't. I don't know if I ever can or if I ever will. I mean, I would love it. The person I am rooting for is Penta, because I think Penta versus Moxley or Penta versus Punk would be fucking fantastic. Rey Fenix could also be great. Hell, Rush could be fucking fantastic, depending on who they're facing. But I think Dante Martin would be rad as hell. The little guy just climbs the ladder and gets out of there. Swerve in Our Glory, which is Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland, versus The Acclaimed, which is Anthony Bowens and Max Caster. This match should not be happening because it does not benefit any of them. Look, The Acclaimed being in contendership for the tag titles is great because the audience really likes The Acclaimed. They recently were turned face. They were liked when they were heels. It makes a lot of sense, but it doesn't make any sense to take the belts off Swerve and Lee right now. And so you either have fairly new champions lose, which feels weird, or you have the up-and-comers that are beloved lose, which feels weird. And I just don't know. I don't think the Acclaimed should win the belts. I think Swerve in Our Glory should continue, and I think that is partially because I just love Keith Lee so much. I just want Keith Lee to have belt, and Keith Lee's not going to have belt if he loses belt. Ricky Starks versus Powerhouse Hobbs, a singles match. There is nothing on the line here except people are mad at each other. Powerhouse Hobbs is high in the rankings, but they haven't really talked about that. The rankings don't really mean anything anyway. I got some connection issues, but looks like we're coming back here. My apologies if you're watching the local copy later. You didn't see any of that shit. But if you're watching it live, you know things got a little wonky there. So my apologies. I have no control over that. Look, I think Ricky Starks should lose, and then you can rebuild Ricky Starks. I think Powerhouse Hobbs, if Powerhouse Hobbs loses here, it's really bad for Powerhouse Hobbs. It will kill his momentum. I think Powerhouse Hobbs, if he gets a title shot, it will be on, it'll be on TV. It won't be on a pay-per-view, and he won't win, but it would still be good for him. Whereas Ricky Starks, I think, needs to go away for a while and come back a little different. The Elite, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks are taking on TBD. This is for the tournament finals for the inaugural AEW World Trios Championship. This Friday, live, we will see the Dark Order, which is Reynolds and Silver, and Hangman Page, not an official Dark Order member, but competing with them, versus the Best Friends and Orange Cassidy. Yes. So, here's the deal. If it was Preston, 10, or... Oh, I got about another bad internet connection here. Hopefully this can come back here. We'll give it a second. We'll see. Oh no, I have been disconnected. I have just been disconnected. And then we will start to try to reconnect me here. And we will hope that this works. But I don't know if it will. This is fun. Folks that are watching at home don't need to worry about that. Let's see. Did we reconnect? Did we reconnect? Did we reconnect? I got Lord Crashing to put in there. I don't believe that we've reconnected. I'm still recording, but this does not seem to be reconnecting automatically. Uh-oh. Folks are watching the local copy. My apologies. I'm going to hit the old stop streaming here. And then I'm going to hit the start streaming here. We'll see if we can get back and get connected. All right. I believe we're back here. Yeah, I think we're back, folks. Folks that are watching this later after the fact, you know what's up. But yeah, I think we're back. We're back. Okay, so yeah, hit the refresh, friends. Lashbrook, my thoughts are, if Hangman Page was not involved with the Dark Order in this match, then I could see the Best Friends winning and it being Orange Cassidy and the Best Friends going to the main event, taking on the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. Get Orange Omega. That's classic. We love that. We love that. Hangman Page being involved means that we can get Hangman Page versus the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. The team that Page said he would not be the third member of because he was just going to support the Dark Order, and now he's tagging with the Dark Order. That, to me, is storytelling that they are much more interested in dealing with or you know, getting involved with than... And look, I want Orange Cassidy. I mean, I want Chuck Taylor to have a belt. Definitely want Orange Cassidy to have a belt. I want that. Oh, I'm now live. Great. I want that for those friends, but I think it's more likely that it's going to be Dark Order versus the Bucks and Omega. Look, I didn't want the Bucks to win last night. I wanted the Bucks to lose because I wanted the storyline to be like Kenny's not 100%, but instead they won, which feels bad to me and shouldn't have happened. But now I want Hangman to pin. Like I want Hangman to pin Kenny Omega. I really want that. I don't think we're getting that. I think Reynolds is going to take the fall on that one. I think Reynolds is going to take the pin, but I want to believe that the Dark Order is going to win. I would have loved a clean Dio versus BF match, but I can't see Dio and Hangman as a substitute winning the titles. I mean, that they're not winning the titles, but they're beating Best Friends and Orange Cassidy. I just don't think that they're not going to have Hangman Page versus the Bucks and Kenny Omega. That is a possibility, and that feels way more likely than the alternative, which is Best Friends and Orange Cassidy versus them with Danhausen around. That's just how I feel about it. I'm also bummed that we don't have hopefully, I mean, maybe they'll have Udo as hurt but around, but We won't have. I thought we were going to get Paige and Danhausen interacting as their like respective corner men. I thought we were going to get that interaction. I thought maybe we were going to see if he was going to curse them, but we're not getting that interaction, which I'm a little bummed about because I think that would be a funny thing. So we're not getting that. But yeah, I think the Dark Order and Hangman Page. I mean, you can still get Page almost getting cursed. We'll find out. Can John Reynolds be cursed? I don't think he can. I think he's one of the people that can't be cursed. But I don't know. And then the main event, Jon Moxley versus CM Punk. CM Punk is going to win, and I don't like that, and I don't want him to win because I don't think that CM Punk should be a world champion in 2022. I'm not alone in that, but I'm also not the majority opinion on that. I think CM Punk is going to get hurt again. My big prediction is that CM Punk will be hurt this year again because he is just older and has not wrestled consistently and is just going to get hurt. Because he's going to push himself in high-profile matches because he's going to have something to prove, and the thing he has to prove is that he can get hurt. Yeah, I mean, look, Punk's not going to lose in Chicago to Jon Moxley. I don't think. I would love it. I would love it if it was a shorter match than their match last week. I would love that. If he just, like, if Moxley just fucking demolished Punk and Punk had to take a break because he had gotten demolished so bad. But last night's promo, like, they said Chicago so many goddamn times. I mean, look, I also like the idea that maybe Punk would lose in Chicago and go off the deep end and just completely lose all reason and get some cheers for being an asshole, but like, you know, maybe some mixed stuff, and then just go on a heel run. Because he was already... Here's the thing. The thing that bums me out is Punk's reign has been people telling him that he's a bad person, and we were supposed to not believe Adam Page, and we were supposed to not believe Eddie Kingston. And I don't know why we weren't supposed to believe them and the lead up. We like the Page with Eddie, but like people have been telling us that he's bad news, and apparently they are liars or something. And I'm like, I don't know. I feel like maybe they're telling the fucking truth. But I just don't think Punk wants to be a heel, which sucks because then what else are we doing here? Anyway, that's AEW. I'll probably be talking about that on Monday because it'll be an event that I will want to talk about on Monday. Simple reason. Saturday night we'll probably talk about Clash at the Castle because I don't know if I'm going to watch that live, but I'll at least talk about the results and my thoughts on the results. But again, I don't know. Clash at the Castle, easy to get through this card. Roman Reigns, main event, Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. I have no idea how that's going to shake out. The idea of a Scotsman winning either of the world titles, I think I could see us finding out at Clash of the Castle that it's not for the undisputed title, it's for like one of the two titles, and he wins one of the two. I could see them trying to pull that shit. But I don't know. I mean, I don't see Drew winning both belts, but maybe he wins one. It's going to be weird because it is a Scotsman in Wales. Shayna Baszler should beat Liv Morgan because I think that's more interesting, but I think they want Liv to win and pull off the victory there and have like an untainted victory. But I think they have to like give Liv another try later, is my guess. Matt Riddle, because he got his first name back, versus Seth freaking Rollins. Please, Seth Rollins. Sazabi says, you got this set, Pat. I'm jealous of you. Oh, nice. Well, yeah, Sazabi, this was a friend of mine sent this to me. He purchased a lot of Lego during lockdown and then kind of got out of wanting to build Lego all the time during lockdown, and I benefit from that very much. I want Seth Rollins to completely destroy Matt Riddle. I don't like Matt Riddle as a person, and I don't like him as a wrestler, as a professional wrestler, I should say. Maybe as a MMA person, I guess. But I would really like to see Seth freaking Rollins win this one, because Seth Rollins doesn't win at pay-per-views. He doesn't necessarily need the wins, but yeah. Yes, those old sets are very expensive. That is why I'm very pleased to be putting this together. Gunther with Luke Kaiser versus Sheamus with the Brawling Brutes, Ridge Holland and Butch. Now, will Pete Dunne get his name back? If Pete Dunne were to get his name back and not be Butch anymore and be Pete Dunne, I would say it would be in Cardiff, in Clash of the Castle. Sheamus has had every major championship in the WWE except for the Intercontinental Championship. That is the one title he has never held. But on the other side of things, Gunther is on a great run as Intercontinental Champion. He's making that belt mean something. He's doing a great job. I don't want him to lose that belt. And then you have Edge and Rey Mysterio with Dominic Mysterio versus Judgment Day, Finn Balor, and Damian Priest with Rhea Ripley. I would love Dominic Mysterio to turn heel. Not to turn heel on Rey, his dad, because I don't think he's going to turn heel on Rey. But I want him to turn heel on Edge and join up with Judgment Day. And then Rey is just sad about his son. I think that's the way to do that change. But I think that's important for Rey Mysterio, or for Dominic Mysterio, to have something going on. Okay, so this has to go in like this. But that's not right. Here we go. It took me a second to figure out how this was supposed to go in, but I got it. You might be saying to yourself, Pat, what about the tag team champions? Because we have the undisputed tag team champions. And to that I say, it seems like one of the Usos cannot leave the United States, is my guess, as why there's not a tag team match, because the Usos were not in Canada recently, and they are not scheduled. They are not appearing with Roman Reigns. They are not scheduled to be in over there. So my guess is that one of those boys, due to certain driving under the influences, can't leave the country. That is my guess. I do not quote me on that. I do not know for sure, but I do know those two dudes are not wrestling on the card, which you would expect them to do, because you would expect them to be there. I didn't talk about Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, and Asuka versus Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky. I really think Bayley and her team need to win. I think they really need it. I would even imagine they could pin Bianca. But that team needs some kind of win, since the two members did not win the women's tag belts. A thrown together group won that, which feels bad. So I don't know. Anyway, we're going to take a pause for the calls. I'm going to talk about ways you can support the channel. All the things I'm about to say here are optional. None of these are things that you need to do, but if you would like to do them, I would love that. If you are currently a subscriber, and then we'll get back to Lego, you can throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the Scythe emote in the chat. Let the people know you are a subscriber. That is an easy way to support what I do here, is with cash money or using your Prime Gaming token. Thank you to Dirty, who resubscribed tonight, and also Ghost Valve, who resubscribed. And one used cash money, and the other used their Prime Gaming token. It is September. If you would like to become a subscriber, if you want to renew because you haven't in a long time, get back into it. If you want to become a subscriber for the first time, you can save money. That does not apply to gift subs, but it is September, and you will save, and it'll have that information there. You don't have to do anything special. Just subscribe like normal. You could also gift a sub. There have been no gift subs this month because it's the first day of the month. It's the beginning. It's September. So you could gift a sub to somebody in the community. I believe you cannot get any savings on that, but every other way you can. Also, bits and coins always appreciated. If you want to join that leaderboard, you could do that as well. There are alternatives to that, like jumping in on Patreon. Today is the best day to join my Patreon. Ooh, John just gifted a sub to Euler's number, so we're going to hit the applause there. Thank you very much, John. Welcome, Euler's number. And John, thank you so much for being the top of the gift sub leaderboard. Appreciate that very, very much. And being the first gift sub of the month. That's awesome. Thank you for that. But yeah, I have a Patreon. There's a $1, $3, $5, and $10 tier on that Patreon. And it's the first day of the month, so it's the best day to join a Patreon. So consider that. Take a look. See if there's something there that appeals to you with that. Let's see. Also, I have a YouTube channel. Subscribe to my YouTube channel because obviously subscribing is free. So jump on the old YouTube channel. And also, if you wanted to become a member there for just $2 a month, you could join over there and you get my Wednesday videos on a Tuesday. So take a look at that. See if there's something there that interests you. And then those are all monthly ways to support what I do here because we are in my ad reads where I'm trying to see if you want to support me on a monthly basis. But if a one-time donation is something that's more interest to you, well, there's 3 different ways to do that. The Ko-Fi or PayPal or Stream Elements. Everything I make through direct donations through YouTube, which also includes AdSense. So watching my YouTube videos helps me as well. Through Patreon and through Twitch, all goes into a fund and I buy model kits with that money. Now, this Lego set. We got our little rover friend. We got the Exo. Oh, I didn't go to the overhead here. So I didn't go to this. I forgot to do that. All of the Lego stuff that I've been working on here, this came from a friend. It counts as being a gift as like something from my wish list, so it jumped the queue. If you would like me to buy or to build something and have it not be the stuff in my backlog and have it be something you decided I should build, well, you could check out my Amazon wish list. Anything that's bought on the wish list jumps the queue, becomes the next thing that I build. I've got Lego sets, tiny sets, bigger sets. I've got some Pokemon stuff. Inexpensive kits, very expensive kits. Ooh, this dropped down $1, so I'll move that. That's nice. The Gardevoir kit is now cheaper, so that's fun. Yeah, inexpensive kits, very expensive kits, kits with free shipping, kits with Amazon Prime shipping, which is different. Ooh, that went down in price. That's nice. The Blue Dual Gundam is now a little cheaper, so that's fun. But yeah, if you buy something from my wish list, I'll make a separate video about it for my YouTube, and then I will build it on stream. And then there's some gear at the bottom because gear is always nice. And it's also a reminder that eventually I need that power adapter for a tiny little TV for a project I will be doing soon. So eventually I am going to have to get that. Alternative to Amazon is my Throne wish list. It's a more curated, smaller list, but you could also buy something off my Throne wish list, and that'll also jump the queue. And then you could buy a gift card to USA Gundam Store, and you buy a gift card, then you send me a DM on Twitter, and then I will use that money, or that gift card, to buy something from USA Gundam Store. Let's see, is there anything else about that? If you want to support me for free, you could join my Discord. My Discord is the McLaren Formula One car. Well, I've built that, so that's why it's not on there. I have built the McLaren Formula One on stream. Have I built every Lego car? No, but I have built that one. So, and that was a fun build. All the Lego cars that I've done, like in the last year, have been pretty dang fun. The Lotus was really cool. So I built a few that I think have been pretty neat. I have a Discord. You can join my Discord for free. Obviously, it doesn't cost any money to join a Discord. I post build photos at the end of every stream. People post stuff they're working on. I plug some videos that I have made. It's an easy way to find those links. Let's see, a couple videos. Speaking of videos for you to check out, let me just promote myself a little bit. Pat Bear's Anime Club is an ongoing video series. Every other Monday, I had to put a new episode out. A new one came out this week. And I try to, this is more of a video essay than some of my other, like, hey, here's recommendations, which I like to do video essays now and again. This video essay is about trying to understand why the queer anime that features men in it, gay men, why that is just kind of your pretty boy aesthetic, why that is boys love and not bara, which can be a wide range of gay men, but often is kind of more muscular gentlemen, and why we have like pretty boy gay media, but not more muscular, beefier, thick boy media in anime specifically. When there's bara manga, why isn't there bara anime? So I tried to explore that a little bit. Unfortunately, the answer is very easy, but I at least kind of like talked about it a bit and kind of got in depth. So check out that video. And then do you remember, also I explained some terms in there. So Do You Remembaer is an ongoing video series where every week I explore a Wikipedia page and do my best to remember what I just read and then talk about it. And this week I talked about Eddie Kingston. It's my first video about wrestling for Do You Remembaer. Can you actually believe that I made it to the end of August before I talked about wrestling? I did that every Wednesday from January through August and finally was like, all right, I'll talk about wrestling. Because I was excited because I was seeing Eddie live the days before I recorded that video. Or days after I recorded that video. So I wanted to talk about it. That match was good. We talked about that already. Those are all video links. Now we're going to get into some anime talk. And I'm going to drink some water. And we're going to kind of breeze through some anime. But first things first, I have to drink a little bit of aqua. And we're going to dramatically transition back to the overhead right now. All right, we built the body. Also, hey, reminder, it is the first of the month, so there is a new dance song. If you want to use your channel points for that dance song, we can hear that. But yeah, because it's a new month, new song. And we'll get into talk about some anime. Now, I haven't been completely. Oh, here we go. John and Lord Crush didn't want to hear the new dance song, so here we go. Here's our new dance song as I get some Lego set up here. That's our new dance song, and then of course we're going to start over again because John also wants to hear that dance song. And then Dirty wants me to ring the bell, so thank you for using your channel points for the ring the bell. An excess tribute band. Yeah, I mean, it's very like sound alike for something where you're going, what is this supposed to be? But it's a fun dance song that I'm happy to play for channel points. So, I am not fully caught up on all of the anime that I missed over the weekend when I just didn't want to watch anime. So, I will get caught up on a few things. I did watch one show previously because I was already an episode behind on that show. And I also, I'm not going to watch... I'm bummed about it because I recommended it and I thought it was such a fun idea. The Yakuza's Guide to Babysitting isn't enough about being a babysitter and is too much about a violent man trying to change a little, not even really trying to change, being forced to change, and how some people don't want him to. And it's too much Yakuza and not enough babysitting, and I'm just sick of it. So I let that show go, unfortunately, even though I do really like it. Title music of a movie a la Mannequin. Yeah, I can see that, Dirty. It's got an 80s vibe to it. So I let that go. Even though it's third in the order, I just want to really quickly talk about Witch of Mercury. Again, no spoilers for Witch of Mercury's prologue. The prologue is on Gundam Info, the YouTube channel. It is available worldwide. It is subtitled, so you can watch it with subtitles. And it is the prologue to which aired at I believe San Diego Comic-Con had it, and the Japanese convention had it as well. So it's been out there a little bit, but now it is legally available to watch on YouTube ahead of the new Gundam series, Witch of Mercury, which will be available for viewing next season, so next month. Now, again, I'm not going to get into spoilers, but I will say This prologue is just incredibly sad. It's just incredibly sad. It's just, it starts off. Gundam for a little while has been, main series Gundam has been about Gunpla or about loving building model kits and piloting model kits as Gundam. Your build fighters and your battle logs. And battle log was a little more serious than build fighters was. But it's been a hot minute since Gundam was about how Gundam and mobile suits in general were a fucking mistake. It's been a hot minute since we've had that. The cause of and solution to all of life's problems, to steal that phrase. So this is some dark ass shit. Yeah, this is going to be a dark ass series. There's a reason why the mobile suits look like something in between Iron-Blooded Orphans and Seed. Because I think that's where this show is probably going to be. It's going to feel a little Iron-Blooded Orphan-y, and it's going to maybe feel a little seedy. And it's going to fucking be a lot. It's going to be a goddamn lot. Was I supposed to do 2 of these? Yeah, right? I'm doing all of this twice? Yes, I'm doing all of this twice. I believe. Gonna double check here. Sorry, let me just quickly see. I believe I'm doing all of this twice. Yes, I'm doing all of this twice. Okay, doing all the legs twice, all that. But yeah, yes, I am fairly certain, John, that this is its own timeline, that this is its own series. This is not Universal Century. But because I think it's been so long that that makes the most sense. But anyway, yeah, it's visually beautiful, especially like digital animation. Our last, like, Iron Blood Orphans is now, it's old, so one would hope that it would look great. And, you know, I mean, I think Build Divers looks pretty good, but I think the audience is a little different for this than that audience. So anyway, I'm fucking stoked about this shit. So again, no spoilers in what happens in it other than it is sad and cool and looks really good, and I'm excited for it. I do have one of the kits from the show pre-ordered. I don't know how to pronounce the name of it. It is L-F-I-T-H. Lilth? I think it's Lilth, and the F is silent, or I don't know, or maybe it's Phil. Maybe it's Phil, and the L is silent. The front L is out. But either way, I pre-ordered that kit because I thought it looked cool, and I wanted to pre-order one of the new ones. I don't know when that one comes out. I need 2 more of these, and I can't find them because there's just enough gray pieces for it to be in my way of me finding what I need. There's just enough of these, like, for this to be frustrating. All right, so I'm gonna just put these on here, and then I will find the other ones in a second. I read something a while ago where one of the creators was like, we are just making up names to see if they read the scripts. I mean, I don't, yeah. I feel like some voice actors are going to decide how these names are pronounced. Also, I am going to watch YouTube videos of builders who get stuff early and be like, okay, now what is this Irish gentleman saying? Okay, great. Oh, here, I found them. What is this, what is this American who lives in Korea gonna say? Oh, we got a raid of 22 from Puppet Jared. Fuck yeah. Thank you so much, raiders. Hello. I'll do the quick hi. I'm Pat Bear. I build model kits and Lego sets and working on a Lego set. Give me a follow if you haven't already. Thank you for coming from Puppet Jared. And I hope you enjoyed those bad cartoons that are very good. The very good bad cartoons. And also the commercials. I was hanging out in chat a little while ago before my stream started. And that Taco Bell commercial was really fun if you were there for that. Because I am not just a streamer. I am also a viewer of people's streams. We're working on the Exo Suit, LEGO Exo Suit here. We've got some of the frame done. You can see here. We've got a little rover buddy right here, which we love. Because this is a LEGO Ideas, it's like a throwback a little bit. So we've got some pilots here that are just space people, and I gave the femme presenting person some guns because that felt like cool space guns. And we're working on the legs right now, and we're talking about anime. So you were watching cartoons. I'm going to talk about anime. I'm going to give you just like. Everybody laughed when it was just weird character names, but no one's laughing now that it extended to Gundam names. Yes. Yeah, we were talking about Witch of Mercury, which is a upcoming, it'll be out next month, anime that is a Gundam series. It's a series from Mobile Suit Gundam that does feature a female protagonist, a young female protagonist, which is rad. That's rad as shit. But also her name, not her name, but the name of some of the mobile suits in that show seem impossible to pronounce. So we're talking about that. But yeah, anyway, like I said, I'm not doing any spoilers for that. Just kind of saying, hey, ooh, did I put these on backwards? No, put it on like that. And then, okay. I thought maybe I'd fucked this up. Turns out I did not fuck it up. Which is great. But also it's Lego, so if I do fuck it up, I can fix it. I actually did. Weirdly enough, I was like, maybe I fucked this up. I did. I missed a piece that I noticed. But luckily, because it's Lego, and we have our brick separator, so if we need to, we can fix our mistakes. Let's see, other things. So I'll just put this back in a chat here so you can follow along. But we talked about Witch of Mercury, the prologue, which is available on YouTube if you want to check that out. It is sad. I'm just going to let you know. Gundam series are generally not cool, chill times. There are moments of levity to make the sadness feel more sad. With the exception of like Gundam Build Fighters, which is a little more cutesy and aimed at a younger demographic. But proper ass Gundam series are occasionally debilitating. John says Gundam has moved past oops, a war crime in tone. No, they haven't, John. It's not oops, a war crime. It's this is the best thing for the universe. Wait, it wasn't the best thing for the universe? They haven't moved past that. They took a break from it. John, but they haven't moved past it. Is what I'm saying to you about Witch of Mercury. Let's see. Other anime that I could talk to you about is My Isekai Life. I gained a second character class and became the strongest sage in the world. That's on High Dive. High Dive is the anime service that is owned now by AMC, which is weird, but it is a boutique service where they have some stuff, not a lot of things. They have some dubs, but they have mostly subtitles. They do a lot of home video as well. Dirty. It's not oops, all war crimes, but it's oops, was that a war crime? Oh, shit, that was, huh? Okay. Fuck. Well, I'm committed now. That's kind of where they're at. Kind of where Gundam can be at often. All right, so now, do I do two of these? Yes, I do two of these here. So we're moving on here to talk about My Isekai Life. I'm behind on episodes on this show, so that's why I wanted to talk about it tonight, even though it's a Monday show. I know we'll talk about that. Let's see. Okay, what parts do I need here? I need these. Almost grabbed the wrong one, so I'll get the right one. Yes. Let's see. So this whole episode, if you have not been watching My Isekai Life, again, it is available on High Dive. The basic plot is a very easygoing dude gets isekai'd that like hated his work life and now is just like, oh, I'm gonna be chill and I'm gonna hang out. And then he's got a destiny and he is unwilling to accept the fact that he is definitely there. There's calamities coming, which he fights all the time, but he's like, huh. Like there's the thing about like, oh, there's a destined one that will show up to take on these calamities. Like, oh, weird. Like it never stops to go like, oh, that's probably me, because it definitely is. But he's got a bunch of slimes, and these slimes are very cute. They all have different, like, one's got an eye patch, one's got a big mustache, one wears a hat. There are some ones that are red and have flames on the top of their head because they're fire slimes. They're all very cute and very fun. He's got a pet wolf named Proud Wolf, who is sometimes a coward and sometimes cool as hell. Very fun little series. And he's an overpowered guy. He is a sage. He's like, oh, I'm a tamer. So I guess I'm not that strong, but he is very strong. And in this episode, he fought a motherfucking dragon and won. And almost the entire episode was him via his slimes fighting this kick-ass big fire dragon. And the way that he won was he used a barrier to make, like a magic barrier to make a dam for a river, and then he released all of it on the fire dragon, which did not stop the fire dragon, but slowed it down enough for him to use an incredibly strong ice spell that froze the dragon whole, and then the dragon just completely and utterly shattered and just completely fell apart. Also, all of this is digital animation. None of this is... I'm sorry, let me just find the piece I need here. All of this is digital. None of this is computer generated, and it all looks really good. Like all the monsters are digital and look rad as hell. So, big fan of that. Highly recommend the My Isekai Life. Also, the people that got involved are definitely from the cult that he has been dealing with, because he's been fighting a cult that keeps summoning all these big monsters and making them mad and doing all this stuff. And he knows that the cult is involved. But it looks like, he's going to have to figure it out. He's probably going to have to go to this town because they had maybe a guild somewhere is involved. Uh-oh. Somebody's got to find out what's going on with that. Again, just a good little series. I recommend it. And the other anime that I want to talk to you about tonight is Doomsday With My Dog, also available on High Dive. Subtitled, it is a stop-motion style comic where you see the art and then the dialogue appears on screen. It is voiced dialogue, but it appears in like word bubbles. It is a fun, cool little art style that I think works really well for the series. But again, there is voice acting, and there's some fucking stuff going on that I think is really solid. Oh yeah, okay. So these go like this. All right, yeah, this step was confusing, but now I understand what it wants from me. Hooray. Sorry, everybody, I got a little confused by this, but I figured it out. So Doomsday With My Dog, they're short episodes. They're like a minute and a half, and like 10 seconds of the end of our episode is like a song that plays. Highlights for episodes 15 to 18, which I watched all today in a row. Run-ins with different dogs. Some of those dogs are pretty silly. Some of those dogs we've seen in the past. Because the story of Doomsday With My Dog is about the last human on Earth after some sort of apocalyptic event, which we have not discovered. But it is a comedy of her and her dog. The dog is a Shiba Inu named Haru. Just kind of like living their best life and trying to make shit work and try to figure stuff out. And it is, even though it's a minute and change each episode is like 3 little tiny chapters. And we had run-ins with some dogs that we met in the past. A lie detector for dogs. There is a lady Shiba Inu that is interested in Haru, and the human whose name we don't know tries to play like wingman, try to be support, hook it up, and she does at one point joke. She's like, "You don't need much time, right? I'll be back for y'all don't need much time," which obviously is implying some sort of thing. But the jokes are fast. Also, she has a bucket list, and all the things on her bucket list, which are nonsense, like finding buried treasure, and catching a mermaid, just like weird shit. But it's also, there's a fantastic world. I should point out, for folks that have not been following this particular anime, the dog can talk, but it's not part of the apocalyptic event. This dog and the girl have been able to communicate in the past, and that is unexplained as well, and I don't know why, but just go with it. It's fun. But that's Doomsday with My Dog. Again, very weird. That is available on High Dive Translated. If you have a VPN, you can watch it on YouTube. I don't know if that YouTube version is has subtitles or not, but it's in Japan. The Japanese folks aren't watching it on TV; they're watching it on YouTube. So that might be a way to watch that if you're feeling frisky. But I pay $5 a month for High Dive. Again, I should point this out as well, because I don't say this that often. I am not sponsored by Crunchyroll or High Dive. I have accounts for each. I used to have a free premium Crunchyroll, a gifted premium Crunchyroll account, because I did some work for them at conventions, and I had a dear friend who was in charge of their the video game side of their like panel stuff, and I had other people that I knew in the other departments there. They have all left since the merger, so I can't like be like, hey, give me a free account anymore. But I used to pay for Funimation, and now I pay for Crunchyroll, and I pay for High Dive, just so that we're clear. And I always try to be clear about that, because some people don't put that stuff out there. But if I've gotten like a free video game, or if I was getting a free subscription to something, I would tell you, I would let you know, because that's important to me. Next Wednesday, when I check out I Was a Teenage Exocolonist, you will know, because I will say it, it'll be in the show description, or it'll be everywhere, that game was gifted to me. That is a Finji published game, and I am on Finji's list for game coverage. They did not ask me to stream it. I made that choice myself, because it does sound like an interesting game. But just know that that I have not been asked to do anything with it. I did not request that code. I just received that code, and I am happy to check it out because it sounds neat. And actually, sorry, that's not next Wednesday. That's next Tuesday. That's another thing I want to promote for myself is, for the month of September, my bonus streams will be on Tuesday nights instead of Wednesday. I am trying out Tuesday nights instead of Wednesday, because Wednesday has been a little lightly attended sometimes. Frustratingly lightly attended. And I don't know if that's just because my bonus stuff doesn't appeal to a lot of people in general, or if the summer was just kind of low on that night, or what. I don't quite know what's going on with that, but I'm going to experiment. Also, it's not the exact real 100% reason for me to do it, but also I should point out that I watched the first hour of Dynamite with friends, and then I stream, and then I watched the second hour of Dynamite after, and I was like, what if I didn't do that? What if I watched wrestling with my friends for 2 hours and just streamed on Tuesdays? And maybe more people will be there on Tuesdays. So that's starting next week. I'll be doing that. Again, I don't know if that's going to be permanent or semi-permanent, but that is, at least for the month of September, I'm trying it out because I think that will be good. All right. Now is the part of the stream where I want to hear from y'all about what you're playing. What are you watching? What media are you consuming? We talked about Hearthstone earlier, and I talked about how I was frustrated with the new monetization, the fact that there is a exclusive paid currency, like a special currency that you have to buy, the rune stones, and how that was very frustrating to me. It continues to still be frustrating. So I've still been playing Hearthstone. I'm done with Rumbleverse. I I'm so fucking terrible at Rumbleverse that I don't want to play it anymore. I just don't want to. I'm still playing Multiverses, and I still have fun in Multiverses. But yeah, I wish I was better at Rumbleverse. Also, sometimes I try to play Rumbleverse, and I can't get in. The queues are too long. And I have a lot of fucking free time in my life, but not that much free time. So I have made the decision that for now anyway, I'm out on Rumbleverse. But I want to hear from you, friends. What are you playing? What are you watching? What are you enjoying out there? What's got you motivated to game? Or what are you like, oh, well, we're into this TV series right now, or we're catching up on this thing on Amazon Prime or whatever? Let me know. I'd love to hear from you. I did not get the movie interview game, Immortality. What is that called? The Sam Bar. I didn't get the new Sam Barlow. I did not get the new Sam Barlow from his full studio Half Mermaid because he originally, like, this is like him hiring people, having a studio. Former friend of the stream and former Waypoint employee, Natalie Watson's working with them on Half Mermaid. Immortality, the new Sam Barlow joint. I have not played that because I kind of liked her story. And that's kind of where things end with me. So I'm good. I think I'm good. In the least exciting news ever, says Unjan. Well, I'll be the judge of that. I'm playing Soul Hackers 2 and almost finished with Zeta Gundam. Hell yeah, that's fine. Enjoy. I hope you're really liking Soul Hackers 2. And I hope you're enjoying Zeta Gundam. I do love Zeta Gundam. I installed Destiny 2 again, says Dirty. But more importantly, I realized I've been saying Catchery incorrectly for a better part of the last 40 years. Okay. I also don't know if I said Catchery right, because I don't know exactly what you're referring to. But okay. All right, we're gonna get some cool robot parts going here. We gotta get some cool robot parts. We got these like pieces here that I would describe as being like cups or being like periscopes. I played more Arcade Paradise, and in the grind out the pounds for upgrades, I noticed that the highest upgrade at 700 points to get a watch without the beeping notification. That's a weird thing to get, but cool. I have not touched Arcade Paradise since we streamed it because I want to stream it again. I had such a good time with that game, but I do want to just stream it. So right now, I'm just waiting for the next opportunity to play that game on stream. I think that will be the next time. Oh, did I miss a step here? I did. I missed a step. I missed where... Oh, it's over here. Okay. I did... See, I keep missing steps. But yeah, I want to play more Arcade Paradise. I just haven't had an opportunity. We'll do it on stream. That's going to be one of the games that my patrons, my $3, $5, and $10 patrons get to vote on what I do once a month on my bonus stream, which is now Tuesdays instead of Wednesdays for at least the month of this month, month of September. So my patrons will get to decide what I play, and one of the options that they will have to pick from is for me to play more Arcade Paradise and pick up where I left off, because I thought that would be fun. All right, so I need these front things here. I need the swinging arm parts, which are here. I'll need 4 of these, and then I need, I don't know how to describe some of these pieces. This thing, I need 1 more of these. Here we go, got that. This is coming together pretty damn good. I think we're gonna finish. Yeah, we're gonna finish this kit on Saturday. So I will have to send out a vote for my for my $10 patrons on what I do next. A big Lego set or a small Lego set, because I have I have 2 items that this and 2 other Lego sets. I got 3 in total. All came from my friend Adam, and so we'll have to decide what I build next. Either a Volkswagen camper van or another little Lego set. I forget the name of it, which is the Stealth Machine, the Rocka Stealth Machine. I did a run in the time limit, which just prevents you from doing any laundry or whatever to force you to leave and go home. Oh, okay. Oh, you did run into the time limit. Yes. Yeah, at a certain point, they're just like, hey, just go home. You have to leave. Yeah. Yeah, you pass out if you don't. Yeah, if you just want to, like, keep playing the games. Eventually, it does want you to progress time, which I'm not opposed to. But yeah, that is an option. I'll have to have my $10 patrons decide what I'm going to build next. It'll be either the camper van, which I don't have a photo of right now. Oh no, I do. It'll be either this big old camper van, which is like 1,300 pieces. And this was a pre-built kit that was then taken apart. So I'm going to have to sort all of that. And it's going to be a little bit of a pain in the ass to do, but I will. Or this thing, which is like a more futuristic, like modern Lego. It's another version of the Exo Suit, but it's a bag kit. And it's not that many pieces. I don't know how many pieces it is off the top of my head, but it's not in a box, it's in a bag. And I don't build bag kits that often, so I was like, oh, that's kind of neat. But one of those two Lego sets will be the next thing I build. Through one of the upgrades is a car, so you can come in earlier and leave later. Ooh, Lord Crash, that's fun. You can get a car. I just want to complete the arcade. Like, that's what I'm going to be playing for next time we do it is I want to just, like, I want to get that DDR machine, even if the game itself isn't as fun as it could be. I still want to have I still want to have the DDR machine in it. And also, we almost got the jukebox, so I want to get that jukebox and then play some tunes because I've heard a lot of the soundtrack, but not in game. So I do want to do that. All right, so then this goes down. Ooh, that's neat. And then this goes. Oh, yeah, that goes like this. Cool. We're getting these legs together here. But yeah, if there's anything else people are playing or watching or consuming that they want to chat with me about, we got some time left in this stream. We're just going to keep moving on, working on this, on these legs here. But yeah, if you got anything else, you're like, oh yeah, Pat, I've been playing this or I've been watching this. Like, I like hearing that stuff from y'all. So let me know. Then we got to put this like this. And then this goes like this. Yeah. All right. We got this leg done. Oh, yeah. We did miss a piece. We did miss this a little bit. So I forgot about that. I got to put these on here. We forgot the toes. Is there any other video games that I'm playing? Not really. I mean, yeah, my daily game has been Hearthstone lately. And Multiverses, I've been playing that and enjoying that. And I've missed out on my D&D stuff, so that's Saturday. So I don't know if I don't think I'm going to be watching Clash of the Castle live. Maybe we'll be done early. We're done enough that I can watch Clash of the Castle. But yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, that's right. Because my D&D crew are meeting up early on Saturday, and I'm excited about that because I love doing D&D stuff with my whole crew. Oh, okay, that moves like that. Oh, neat. So that'll be Saturday. So I'm excited about that. Let's see. Aristophan is working through FF 14.6.2 stuff. Okay. Oh, nice. All right, cool. It took me a second there to read that. That's terrible on my part. That I'm like, okay, yeah, all right. You've been playing more Saints Row, says Lord Crashington, which is still mediocre, but hasn't been too buggy. I'm very glad to hear that. I did get stuck in the character editor at the back button stopped working and had to close the game to come back later. That's not good. I mean, at least you haven't gotten you haven't run into the bug where you have to kill a bunch of people and one of them spawns in a place where you can't get to them. There's no way to get to them, and also there's no way to hit them because there's just like one mission that's just like you have to glitch your way into an area where then you can then shoot them. And multiple people that they have ran into that. Not everybody gets that bug, but apparently that bug is like really fucked for some people. So that's fun. All right, so I think this thing looks cool as hell. Our walker here, I'll show it on there. Here's our Exo suit here. The legs are done. You can see that there. It's looking pretty neat. But yeah, somebody asked me, like, "Oh, you're playing Saints Row?" And it's like, I would definitely not spend that money. If y'all want to buy that game, buy that game. I can't imagine spending full price on that. Just from like, it wasn't even just like, oh, reading reviews or watching people talk about it, like listening to people talk about it, I should say. I like the preview stuff. I was just like, oh, I don't know about this, because I enjoyed 2. I loved 3. I liked 4. I did not enjoy Gat Out of Hell at all. And then I didn't play Ages of Mayhem, so, I've heard very good things about the tabletop game for Ages of Mayhem. I hear that's actually very good. Lord Crash said, I did throw a grenade into a crowd of cars, which got one of them, and the woman inside just popped out and stood until they were phased into the game heaven. Yikes. Ristvan asked if there was any games I'm looking forward to the rest of the year. Ooh, that's the one I'm going to look this up. So just give me a second. I want to look up some games that are coming out this year. I can tell you the next Jackbox. I'm always excited about Jackbox. So let's see. Games 2022. So let's just go in there. Next Lander, we're streaming co-op while taking on a long mission that Brad had crashed right at the end of it. After enough bugs, they moved on to Saints Row the Third, and we're enjoying them things much more. Yeah, Saints Row the Third is a good video game. All right, we're going to GameStop's. It's not GameStop's. GameSpot's release schedule. Let's look at tomorrow. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle R, which is a remake. It's not a remake. I think it's a re-release of an old game. Is coming out. Last of Us Part 1. Let's see. Tomorrow, Children. No. Hey, Disney's Dreamlight Valley actually looks kind of fucking cool. Temtem is a Pokemon clone. Yes, Temtem is coming out September 6th. But Disney's Dreamlight Valley, looks kind of maybe not bad. It's like, I don't know. It's like Disney and Pixar people in the parks. I don't know. That kind of seems fun. I don't know. Let's see. Steel Rising, no. Splatoon 3, not necessarily for me. I'm kind of interested in the Disney game, but I'm enjoying the Founders Pack is on Game Pass. Oh, okay. Let's see. No Place for Bravery. Session Skate Sim 2. Slime Rancher 2. I might get Slime Rancher 2. That does seem like something that I might do. I might be into. You might see me playing some Slime Rancher 2. All right, we got to put more pieces on here. Building up the sides of this. Putting these things here. And then the other side is these. Let's see. I think I had enough Overwatch in my life, so I can't necessarily see myself playing Overwatch 2. Let's see. Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed. Not Ghostbusters. Ghostbuster Spirit. Oh no, it's Ghostbusters. Okay. GameSpot just wrote Ghostbuster instead of Ghostbusters. So I was like, why do they call it Ghostbuster? No, it's Ghostbusters Spirit Unleashed. Nah, probably not. If you're a Switch owner in October, you get Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope. Persona 5 for Switch. Persona 5 Royale, I should say, for I might get Persona 5 Royale for PC. I might do that. That is in October. That is a game that I might get for PC. Let's see. Uh, no. Pentiment seems fucking pretty cool. That's out in November. I might fucking end up with Pentiment. That might be that might be my jam. That does seem cool as hell. If Goat Simulator 3 comes to Game Pass, PC Game Pass, I'll play it there, but I can't imagine myself paying for Goat Simulator 3. Again, note that is the second Goat Simulator game. They are skipping number 2 and going to 3. Jokes. Atlas is being jerks by making the PS5 owners spend another $60 on a new version of Royal. Are they being jerks, or do you not have? You don't have to buy it. I don't know if they're being jerks. I think they're just being Atlas. I don't know. To me, putting out Persona 5 Royale out all those things is just like, hey, you can buy this if you want. Now it's out on Xbox One and Xbox Series X. I don't know. I don't know if that's... I don't know. I don't know if that's being jerks so much as just being Atlas. Yeah. I don't have a Switch, so I'm not buying the Pokemon game. I hate that I don't have... I hate that I don't play modern Pokemon games because I don't have a Switch. It's not like it is a Royale level upgrade of the other versions. Yeah, there you go. Exactly. So, you know, they're telling you don't to buy it. I'm happy for people that Callisto Protocol is coming out this year and so far has not been pushed to next year. I hope that isn't pushed to next year and you get to play it because that game seems cool. It's not something I want to play, but it does seem cool, and so I'm looking forward to people being able to play that game. Alaskan Truck Simulator. That's got to be a Game Pass game. That's got to be a Game Pass. I don't know if it is. Alaskan Truck Simulator is to be announced for this year. I don't think that's... December Dead Space and January Dead Space, yes. Oh, that sucks. Alaskan Truck Simulator, the first line of this preview is, play as a trucker, not as a truck. And I'm like, but I want to be... Why can't I be a truck? Why is it not simulated? Then that's Alaskan Trucker Simulator, not Alaskan Truck Simulator. I want to be the truck. I want to be the guy that is the truck. Bayonetta 3, hell yeah. I hope you enjoy that. You have to pay attention to the temps and your hunger versus just driving. Yeah, that's probably not a sim that I want then if it's dealing with that. But that doesn't sound like my thing. I like bombastic single player games from time to time, so I'll probably play God of War. More my jam than Callisto. Yeah, I can see that. Anyway, we got some damn good progress done on this kit. I'm going to move all this Lego out of my way so that I have that. But we're definitely gonna finish this up because we don't have a lot left to do. We gotta, we're probably gonna finish this up on Monday or Saturday stream, I should say. So we'll get ready for that. We are gonna raid. That is how we end every stream, is we go on a raid, just like we were raided by Puppet, Jared, which is lovely. Thank you, Jake. Unrelated to Jared, thank you, Jake Young. In general. Okay, I hope you get some repairs done, Dirty. Yeah. This is a fun Lego set. Lots of small parts. Yes, there's a lot of they're using that for this. They're using the wrench pieces and the lightsaber parts to not lightsaber parts, but similar to that to make some stuff. No, this is a fun kit that I'm enjoying. But we are going to raid. We're going to find somebody out there who's doing cool shit that we want to go hang out with. So I hope you come along on this raid. My next stream will be Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern, and we'll work on we'll continue this kit. And I think we'll finish it up, and then I will start another Lego set, which I don't know which one it's going to be. Who's hanging out tonight? They're probably wrapping up. I would love to be able to go raid these people, but they're probably wrapping that up, so we won't. Let's see. What do we want to do? Let's go raid P2. Yeah, P2 is online, is playing Death by Daylight, which is fun. So we're gonna go give him a raid. That'll be fun. My buddy P2, player 2. You could also refer to him. But P2's raiding, so we're gonna go hang out with him. Feel free to come along on this here raid, and also a reminder to come check me out this Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern, as I continue this kit and probably wrap it up. Please hit the go button so you can come along on this lovely raid as we go hang out and watch some Death by Daylight play. And I hope you have a great evening. If you came along on the raid and you haven't hit the follow button, hit that follow button so you can watch me stream another time. Thanks so much. Have a great night. I'll see you soon. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.